This direct to galvanised, this hammerite paint, soon goes like quite thick, almost like molasses. So when you're applying it, when it gets to that stage, you don't want broad strokes, just literally scrubbing it like that, and then lay it off and it'll sit back. So remembering, just short quick strokes, because it will soon sit back. This is the bar I've just been working on. That's the one I've just done. So now it's nice and smooth. Well, just take a look in there. So thick. And that is what was left in the bottom of the tin overnight. You could try thinning it, but this is expensive. Oh, really is the only way, putting it on a brush, because you need to stir it up, you need to wipe stick, you need to pour it out, you need to wipe. No point in having it in anything else but a brush. It will not go through a spray and it will be difficult to roll. The thinner soon evaporates, so once you start using it, you won't stop. Probably only get 10 minutes and it's back to being thick and gloopy. So just get used to spreading it, and if you need to stop for any reason, cover it with a damp cloth. Always keep your thinners, brush cleaner for cleaning your brushes. If you do need to thin it, then only slightly, but never thin it directly out of a tin. One that you've just bought and you're using, no need to thin it, just use it. When it starts to thicken up, then you may be able to thin it, remembering that it's just going to evaporate just as quick. You go through a lot of that. I'll just repeat this a couple of times and then give it a good wash out in warm soapy water. And once you've spun this out, washing up liquid to the bottom of a paint kettle, and then work that in. Thoroughly work it in. Now that'll be okay for a few minutes while I do any other cleaning up, and then wash that out. Warm water. Overall, it's not too bad for doing intricate things like the fence, but for larger, flatter surfaces, doors, maybe garage doors, then for a really good finish, you're probably better going for a different system. So this is quite quick, so for anything meddling, you wouldn't want to keep going over it. But with something like any of these here, these primers, you would need to undercoat and gloss, or 2 coats of satin. For using exterior, definitely, because trying to apply something like that on a large flat surface, you'd ruin the look. So white and red. There probably is a grey out there, but I've not managed to find one yet. This is tintable, so if you were wanting to use different colours, then yeah, you could tint this. But again, there's the red there, so you're going to be undercoating, you're going to be you know, 2 coats of satin, so you can cover it. But for larger areas you could use a different system, but great for doing small stuff. And as for painting indoors, then I would certainly avoid using that. Just go for your primers. If you were using white, then if it was a satin, then something like this Fortress, that's quite a good finish. That would sit on small copper pipes on its own. But then always better to give it its top coats.